Hello. Okay, so we're going to go over the contact layout that is included with our version 4.3 or newer um, framework with using the new layout editor. So we've now included, at least with this particular theme, and I'm sure that we're probably going to do this with most of our other themes as we switch them over to the new version. And so we assume that probably, crossing fingers here, it's early June 2015. We're probably going to have all of our Aquila framework themes switched over. We're hoping by mid-July. So it takes a little bit of time just to go through and make sure the configuration files are up to date and will work for this new system. But once you've got it and you can use this new editor, you're going to find that using the layouts is going to be like a dream compared to how it was done previously. So the we're going to be, at least here, we've got three different layouts, and we're probably going to try to include three different contact layouts with our each of the themes. What you're going to find here is the typical contact layout that you would have had previously, which is called a what am I trying to say here? Yeah, it's just a contact layout. So it would have been called a contact template before, and so it would have had the like the map up at the top. So let's go take a look at it here. Ooh, let's go to contact us, and so here we go. So this is it's got our what we call our page header title up at the top here, and we've got a map, and then we've got our form. Okay, so we can go and change or add additional information to this page. We could also switch it over and use a different layout here. So why don't we go and do that real quickly, and we'll show you how easy it is to go and change the contact page over to a different layout while still using the map. Okay, so right now it's selected as the contact. Let's do the contact 2R, which is stands for two column with the sidebar on the, or with the map on the right, I should say. Okay, and we hit update. We reload, and we're going to find that instead of this being up here, the map is over here. What if you want the map taller? Well, that's under the map settings here. Let's just go there, map. We say hey, we want this to be probably closer to 500 pixels tall. Okay, we hit update, and there we go, 500 pixels tall. So that gives us a map on the side now, which is kind of nice, isn't it? Well, what if we want it to be on the other side? Well, that's not a problem either. We just use the two column left. Okay, we're just going to save that and then reload. There we are. Pretty nice, hey? So that's basically how that's designed to be set up. What if we wanted the map to be a little wider? Wow, gee whiz. Well, let's go in and edit that layout then. Okay, so we go to layout editor, and then what was it? Contact two left. Let's go and hit edit. So we're going to find here that we've got the top, which is our menu. We've got our logo widget and custom menu widget here. And then we've got the page header title, which is what we say, I think is general inquiries. And then we've got our main content row, which is it's called a preset region. Okay, and we could oh yeah, look at this. And when we click the arrow, it tells us where to go to make any changes. But what if we wanted to change the width? Well, guess what? That's all you do. Just click and drag on that little guy there and hit save. We're going to reload this, and you're going to find that, poof, there we go. Just like that. That changes for that. So it will still use the height that we defined on the page level. So when we're over here and we clicked, where do we go? Contact us. And we define the map settings over here to 500 pixels. There we go. So that's how that works there. So there are a number of different features here. The primary location is where the map is centered. So in this case, we're located in Saanich, British Columbia, Canada, and we could change that to another location if we wanted to. And then what you can also do is you can specify actual map markers, the actual location, okay, and then something to go within the text. So for example here, Saanich is right about, the center of the map is right where this little cursor is now. That's where we wanted to center the map. And our location, our actual office is here. It's actually technically in a little township called View Royal. So We didn't center it on view row, we centered it on Saanich. So you have the center of your map, which is the primary location, then you can have a bunch of different pins. The nice thing about this is, say you had 2 or 3 locations and you wanted to show where you were located, that's what you would use this for. Okay, or you can again just use it like we've got here. In those situations where you've got a large map, that's usually where you'd want to have it run the entire span of the page. Now there is this one setting here called full screen. That's when the it is a sort of a single column map, whereas this is within a column. So this is one column here, this is another column here. What I'm talking about, a single column, is when the map spans the entire region, just as we saw within the original contact layout. And so you can choose to have it either the set width of what the content is going to be, which is from here to here, and that's called contained, or full screen. So let's go take a look at how to do that. I'm going to reduce this down to about 300 pixels just to make it a little more visible, or maybe 250. Okay. Hit update. Oh, and what I'm going to do here real quick is, before I hit it too quickly, I'm just going to use the standard layout. We're going to reload. Okay, here we go. And you're going to see here, this is contained, right? See, it's contained within the same width as the content. Okay, or if we chose, we could switch that back to full screen. There we go. So of course there's a couple other features here. You can choose whether or not you want the rendering to be roadmap or satellite, what the zoom you want that to be, whether or not you want to show the markers or not. Okay, you don't have to show them if you don't want to. And that's pretty much it. And you can have, I think we put in 6 markers here that you can go and throw on your map and really personalize your contact page. And that's pretty much all there is to the contact layout. But I'm just going to go over just briefly a little bit more detail here. If you wanted to create another layout, so you could even hit copy and copy this if you wanted to. You can take any of these layouts and copy them. You can also edit them. Okay, but for the purpose of this, a little bit of instruction on how to work with the contact layout. We have our main menu row, okay, and then we have our main section of the page, and then the footer. Now you could choose, if you wish to change this particular we're going to call this region. We've assigned it the footer sidebar, and in that sidebar we have the HTML box widget. Well, the HTML box widget, why is it here within a sidebar even though it's just a single item? It's because the HTML box widget is a very complex widget. It's got a number of different settings here, and to be able to configure it within this region is pretty complex. Okay, so we haven't yet converted this particular widget over. So in the meantime, if all we have is one HTML widget, we need to go and create a sidebar and place it in there. And that's what we've gone done here for you already. We put in this particular example, we've got the footer sidebar and it's got the HTML box widget. But what I want to focus in on here is the main region. So you can go and insert different types of items here. You can insert a divider. And what a divider is it's just got, we've included a number of different spacers. If you want to use a spacer, what if you wanted, maybe there was a special, style divider, like a horizontal rule or something like that, that's included within the theme. Well, you can go and choose that here, and so you can drag these guys up and down. Oh, because you notice here, this doesn't have a draggable little icon here. You actually can't go and move that. There's always the page header title up at the top, and above that the map banner widget. That's just how that's designed. If you want to do it differently, you would probably need to turn these guys off and add your sidebar widget however you want it there. So you can also delete things you don't want. Now, what if you wanted to turn this into like the 2-column right? Well, theoretically, if you wanted to do that, you could. So how do you do that? You turn off the map banner, you turn off the main content, and you insert this preset called content map banner. So we'll just add that there, and you're going to see here, we're just going to put that right there. Maybe move that guy back up above that. So these guys are currently disabled, okay? You could delete them, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to leave them there. And you're going to find here that this is pretty much exactly like what we had in our previous little tour of the contact to column left. So except, I've got the map banner a little bit too wide there. There we go. So we're going to do that here. So this is really a contact to column right is what we're looking at here with the map banner on the right. So we're just going to do that. We're going to hit Save Changes. So it was the where they had the map banner up top. I've disabled that. I've also disabled the content and replaced it with a row that had the content and on the map on the right hand side, and I hit save, right? So let's just refresh this. Wouldn't you know it? Again, it is still 300 pixels high because that's what the settings was for the contact page. And again, we can go back to the contact page and change the height of that particular map banner. But this layout did exactly what we asked it to do. Okay, so there we are. We've gone and made those changes, and if we wanted to go back, say we decide, we don't want that right now. Let's turn on these other guys. Okay, we hit save, and we reload, and there we go. We're back there. So say we had 10 pages all assigned to this layout. Whenever you make the change to the layout, it changes all those pages at once, because basically there's a dynamic reference, and it just says, all right, we're all using the contact layout. Let's use the contact layout. Okay, so a lot of flexibility there. You can add additional sidebars down below, whereas in our previous version of the framework you were limited to something like 15 rows. Now you are not limited at all. I think we might have put a cap at 100, but if you have a page that is 100 sections long, that's a little long. So again, you can add as many things as you like here. You got some simple widgets you can insert. You have sidebars, and you have presets. And presets are basically, predefined sort of special. It's kind of like a sidebar, but kind of not. And it's kind of like a widget, but kind of not as well. And they are sort of predefined ways of having content arranged in a what we call a row. Okay, I hope that makes sense, and yeah, helps you out there. Okay.